Ever wonder why your history books gushed about our greatest ally like it was too cool for school? Turns out Ghislaine Maxwell's dad owned the company pumping out those textbooks, and he was allegedly a Mossad spy. Coincidence? Nothing is coincidence. But wait, how deep does this textbook takeover rabbit hole go? This is Textbooks from a Spy, a brainwash for our classrooms with the conspiracy dude. Ghislaine Maxwell's dad, Robert Maxwell, wasn't just some book guy. He bought Macmillan Publishing for billions in 1988. That joint venture purchase made them the second biggest textbook publisher in America. And with the alleged Mossad ties, it's no wonder why we were force-fed this our greatest ally garbage in schools. I mean, who needs actual history when you've got our greatest ally on every other page? This is a math book! Those that don't know history are doomed to repeat it. So how are you supposed to know real history if the textbooks were written by spies working for our greatest ally? These spies have infiltrated every part of our life, starting with the minds of the children. There were hundreds of journals and books primed for propaganda. Maxwell's empire, Pergamon Press to McGraw-Hill, all under one alleged spy. By 1989, he controlled $440 million in annual textbook sales. His textbooks systematically villainized Israel's critics while whitewashing documented massacres. Pro-Israel framing so blatant it makes state propaganda look subtle. They're trying to make us their slaves! Maxwell's textbooks controlled what millions of American kids learned for decades. Every chapter carefully designed to shape how they think about foreign policy for the rest of their lives. Look at this! Same slanted narrative across 3 decades of American textbooks. Different publishers, different years, same propaganda! This wasn't an accident. This was systematic brainwashing! We're talking about 60 million American students, all reading the same controlled narrative, all being programmed with the same worldview. That's not education. That's mass psychological conditioning on U.S. soil. Your parents, your teachers, you were all fed the same stories from the same source. And now American taxpayers send billions overseas without question. The programming worked, but it gets worse. Every American student got the same edited version of history. Not because it was true, but because Maxwell controlled the textbook market. Your entire worldview was shaped by one foreign operative. 2025 Epstein files reveal the Maxwell playbook. Control information, control minds, control power. Robert did it with American textbooks. Ghislaine and Epstein, they perfected it with blackmail. The textbook operation wasn't just about money, it was about influence. Get American kids young, shape their minds, and decades later you've got an entire country supporting your agenda. Generational mind control. Connect the dots. Foreign operative controls American kids' textbooks. His daughter runs a blackmail operation on American politicians. And somehow Americans still can't question where billions of their tax dollars go. Americans have been manipulated in more ways than we can imagine. It all started with our education system. Share this with your friends, your family. They're still operating on Maxwell's mind control programming. Wake them up and homeschool your kids!